I can make that. So, recently YouTube started recommending me videos of sorting algorithms. After watching some of them, they actually became kinda nice and satisfying to watch, so I decided I would make one myself using the Godot game engine. The first task was to create a way to visualize the sorting. The idea was that I was gonna create cubes that could change size. Those I could then spawn in order, making their size the same as in which order they were spawned in. Then making a shuffle and a sorting function that would then do the shuffling and sorting. You get the idea. So first I made the cubes and made them randomly change size to test if it works. After I had that, I changed the background color to black and made it so that instead of down, they now change scale upward. Next, I went and made a function on the main node that would automatically create and place down the blocks, while assigning them the size in which order they were created. So the first one would be 1, and the second one would be 2, and so on. After that was in, I ran the code and turns out I actually forgot to call the function. With that out of the way, I added a new variable for the numbers of blocks that would spawn, so I could always change the size of how many there were. Now that I had the blocks set up in order, it was time to shuffle them. For that I had a loop in which 2 random blocks were picked. I made sure that they couldn't be the same blocks, and made those 2 blocks switch sizes. At the end, I added a button and bound the shuffle function to test it out. As you can imagine, it went well. Now that that was in, I wanted to make it a bit delayed like in the videos. For that, I just added a timer to the scene, and then in the function started the timer and made it wait till the timer ended till continuing. After the delay, I added a function to the blocks that when it is called, it will turn the block red and start the timer, which when it ends turns the blocks back to white. Next, that I had a way to visualize the sorting, it was time to add the actual sorting algorithm. For that, I chose the simplest one there is, and that's the selection algorithm. The selection algorithm works like this. First, we start at the beginning of our blocks, and make that our current lowest value we have. Then we go 1 block forward and compare it to the block with the current smallest value. In our case, if the second block is smaller than the first one, we make the second block the current smallest block we know of. If the first block is smaller than the second one, we just continue. This goes all the way to the end, where we then switch the smallest block we found with the position we started at. We then continue this ignoring the already sorted blocks until we have sorted every block. In Godot, it looks like this. I created a button, added the sort function into it and pressed the button to test it out. Then I added the delay and the selection color. It was after that that I realized I was missing the sounds. I added the audio stream player node to the block and gave it a node sound effect, and in the code made it so that the smaller the block is, the deeper the sound it generates. After that, the last thing that was missing was the final green check that goes at the end of every sorting algorithm that confirms that the sorting was successful. That was really easy to add. All I had to do was add a function at the end that goes through all the blocks, plays the node sound and marks them green instead of red. Now that everything was done, let's enjoy some algorithm action.